My name is Nigel Kelly. I work for Dixon's Carphone, specifically on the online manager for Carphone Warehouse. I'm in that position just coming up on 4 years now, but I am a long time in Carphone Warehouse, more years than I care to remember. 18 this November, wow. So interestingly enough, along my evolution of my career within Carphone Warehouse, I built the first iteration of the Carphone Warehouse website 10 years ago. It was built in raw HTML. I don't know how many of you guys have ever built a site like that, but yeah, it's crazy. It was just brochure based, and it's amazing to think how far we've come since then. So what Colin has asked me to do is to give you a whirlwind tour of the last 2 years of where we were, where we are now, and where we're looking to go with Continuum and the Kentico CMS system. So let's go. So we'll start off by having a look back. This is our platform as it was when I inherited it. It was 4 years old at the time. It was sitting on a very old CMS platform. It had very limited functionality, a lack of flexibility, very limited product offering in that we could only do prepaid phones and accessories on it. Not mobile compatible or responsive, although we did have a mobile checkout. Mobile traffic, I think, accounted for about 35% of our traffic at the time, and it was a harrowing journey, to say the least, for those 35% to get from the actual site to the checkout. So it was not the best thing for a mobile retailer. And as it says, restricted and outdated content management system. So we engaged with Continuum, I think it was about this time 2 years ago, actually. So the brief we gave them was no small task at all. It was effectively a complete teardown and rebuild of our online presence and our online strategy. What we wanted to do was pitch ourselves as Ireland's #1 trusted website for mobile consumers, both from a purchasing and content perspective. We wanted to empower the non-tech savvy with that content, giving people, you know, how to... Yeah, okay, back to my boring presentation then. So we were looking to empower the non-tech savvy with the knowledge within our company. We were looking to convey that really great customer service and experience that customers get in our store through an online platform. And with comparison at the basis of what we do, we wanted to bring that into the online experience and allow customers to stack up different phones, different plans next to one another, and empower them to make the decision as to what was best for them. And this is what the guys deliver to us. We're actually really, really proud of this website. I don't think it looks like any other atypical e-commerce platform at all. It's really, really simple. Customer journeys can be as little as 4 clicks to checkout. Not bad for a bill pay connection. And it's heavily optimized for mobile, particularly the checkout. So there's a whole heap of features that are on this site. If you want to know the whole lot of them, I suggest visit carphonewarehouse.ie. I'll take you through a couple of them that I think are of most benefit, and the features that have, say, revolutionized our online business. And the first one is most definitely the multi-channel approach. So we know that at least 62% of our customers are researching online and purchasing offline. I was actually reading an article in Forbes the other day that said 72% now are researching online before purchasing offline. So we needed a way to hook that in with our retail and online experiences. So the reserve and collect platform that we've built enables a customer to do that research piece and engage with the content. So there's reviews, there's comparisons between late models and previous models, and you obviously have that comparison piece as well, which I'll get to later. Completing the checkout data through the online process for reserve and collect means that a customer doesn't have to fill out those forms again when they reach the store. So instead of spending, well, I think it was about an hour and 15 minutes in front of a sales consultant in store, now we've cut that down to 20 minutes. So that's an excellent change in customer experience, and it's really connected that whole multi-channel feel that we want to get for our business. From a retail perspective, the reserve and collect sends already converted sales to store. So conversion versus footfall goes up. It presents opportunities for the guys in store to deliver an upsell around things like insurance, accessories, and TV and broadband, which we're also selling now. The comparison tool, which is one of the main features of the site and something that I think is effectively the engine of the site, enables the customer to get the right phone for them through the site, enables them to stack up to 5 phones next to one another, comparing all the features and stack up previous models to see what new models have to offer. In addition to that, you can also stack 5 plans next to one another. So Carphone Warehouse's unique market position is that we offer all the networks, all the major networks, and from a customer perspective, that can often lead to what you might call analysis paralysis. Sounds cool, doesn't it? 5 different networks, maybe 25 different plans a network. There's an awful lot to choose from. But being able to stack these things next to one another, see what minutes, texts, the all-important data, and the most important concern for most people, the monthly cost, means that they can pick what best suits them, what they can best afford, and then decide on the phone that best goes with it. In addition to that, it's proved a really useful tool in store. So again, reconnecting with that multi-channel experience, the guys in store can use the comparison tool to illustrate what they're picking out for the customer as what they think is the best option for them. And it allows them to stack up the alternatives next to what they're proposing, and allows the customer to visualize rather than throwing a whole heap of figures at them. So it's worked really, really well for us. So just a couple of 1 year on KPIs. So overall, we've seen a 20% increase in traffic. That's 3.7 million visits to the site over the course of 12 months, which is huge. In particular, organic traffic is up by 20% and direct traffic is up by 40%, meaning that the content-based approach that we're taking around SEO and social as well, to a large extent, is really, really working. We've seen a 38% increase in overall transactions. That's 16,000 plus transactions for the 12-month period. Reserve and collect has an awful lot to do with that, and the fact that customers can actually transact bill pay directly online now helps with that too. Desktop transactions have gone up by 20%, but the crux of it is that 95% increase in mobile transactions. Mobile now accounts for 48% of our traffic through the site, which you might expect with us being a mobile retailer. What we're seeing is that actually people are on their phone on our site while they're in our store. So they're doing their research in store on our site, which is fantastic. It really joins up the whole experience for us. And a 35% overall increase in e-commerce conversion, which is rising all the time. What's next for us? How can we capitalize on these increases? We want to drive web to be better. We want to give visitors more what they want. We want to better engage with our current customers. Like 50% of our traffic is returning traffic, so we need to engage better with those customers and coax them, if you will, towards conversion. And how can we add more value to the online channel? Basically, how do we take a great online presence to the next level? So the first thing we've done is to do that is to upgrade our Kentico our CMS system to their EMS platform, which is their email management solution. So what's the difference? Essentially, you get all the same features of the core Kentico CMS. You get a whole load of really nice technical bits that I'm not going to go into too much. Health monitoring is one. That's site health monitoring, not people health monitoring. You want people health monitoring by a smartphone? www.carphonewarehouse.ie. But the biggest piece is the full online marketing suite that comes with the Kentigo EMS. And this is something that we're really focusing on now. The objective of this is to turn a great website, what's already a great e-commerce platform and a great content platform, into a digital hub for our business. So not only have you got the online presence, the e-commerce, the online magazine, we can take tens of thousands of leads from our point of sale system and feed them into this CMS, or sorry, the EMS, and segment them out as we want. So we know what customers have bought, where they've bought it, how long their contracts are for, and we can use the EMS system to manipulate that data and, as Coleman was saying, convert everything into personas and better market to those customers. So first off, with the customer personas piece, we have literally just started gathering data on this. The most fantastic piece about the customer persona data gathering is that you don't have to have personal customer details. There's an awful lot you can gain from anonymous customer details as well. So we know what customers are looking at on our site, what phones are particularly popular, even what devices they're searching our website with. And with that in mind, we can segment those customers out into the likes of Android-driven customers, Apple-driven customers, and in this example, ones that are looking for TV, broadband, and home phone as well. The second piece that I wanted to focus on is the email marketing automation. Email marketing is not something that we've done a huge amount of lately. Our customer base around our point of sale system was non-compliant, to say the least, shall we say. So the email system around Kentigo allows us to factor in things like double opt-ins for customers that are coming from our point of sale system, so we know that we have a proof of opt-in for them and that we can market them correctly. So the first email marketing automation that we're working on at the moment is an after-sales piece around people who are purchasing iPhone 7s. So to begin with, like, the start of the email automation is when a contact is created based on them having bought an iPhone 7 and subscribed to our direct marketing. So we wait a day, and then as the customer is getting embedded in with their phone, we send them a content-based email that says 10 great features of your iPhone 7 that you may not know about. Gives the customer that education piece and lets them learn the functions of their phone with us. Wait another few days, and then perhaps they've had a couple of close encounters with the sink or the toilet with their new phone, as people mostly do. They've seen those Apple EarPods and they like the look of them and they want to get a hold of them, so we market them with an email with the best accessories for their iPhone 7. So the next piece is a decision-based piece, and this is something that's really important within this system, is that you keep loyal customers engaged with it, but you don't pester customers into, you're not harassing them with emails. I subscribe to heaps of direct marketing, and there's an awful lot of sites that are hitting me every single day with emails, and it just gets on my nerves, and I unsubscribe, and that's it, customer gone, you've lost them. With this, we can stop marketing directly to that customer around this journey based on their interactions. So say the customer has read both mails or they've purchased, we can move them on to the next stage of the journey. So say they've read just both mails and they haven't purchased, we can hit them with a discount coupon. If they have purchased after that, we can set their contact status based on that. And because we know how long their contract is, we've now got the option to move them into an upgrade reminder piece. So we can wait the length of the contract minus 30 days, market them with an upgrade reminder and put that upgrade message in their mind, send them through to the Carphone warehouse, and we're running that customer through another marketing journey thereafter. The second marketing automation journey that we're currently working on is the upgrade prospect. So this particular one is built around iPhone 7 as well as the upgrade, and it is targeted at personas that we know have iPhone 5Ss. that are iPhone 6s, and the third one is customers who are interested on iPhones based on having looked at least one article on the site that's iPhone driven and at least one product on the site that's iPhone driven. So that customer gets marketed with a new, well, has been marketed actually with a new iPhone 7 announcement. That's just to put it into their mind. We wait a week and then we go live with pre-order. So we market the customer saying, be the first to get the new iPhone 7. Pre-order on the site now. Pre-order is another thing that's actually gone very successfully for us since the site relaunch. Again, there's a decision or a condition within that. If the customer hasn't opened the mail or hasn't purchased, we end the journey, we leave them alone, they're not interested, that's fair enough. If the customer has opened the mail, we wait another, well, it was up to a week before the launch actually, and we hit them with an iPhone 7 versus iPhone 6 comparison. So they get that direct comparison between the new model, the previous model, and a hurry CTA, because the iPhone 7 stock was extremely limited, as anyone who is actually looking for an iPhone 7 might know. Based on whether they purchased or not, then we can set their contact status if they've purchased the iPhone 7, or we can move them to the not interested, and with that they're finished. But they're not really finished, because now they've moved into the previous email automation around the iPhone 7 purchase. So these journeys flow from one to the next, and they and the continuity between them is really, really good. So the next level of this is moving on to the content personalization. Again, echoing what Coleman has already said in his presentation. We think we can see up to a 30% uplift in conversions based on this. Based on it's not really enough just to send people to your site. You've got to bring your site to the people now. You've got to bring content that they want. You've got to bring products that they want, offers that they want, attachments that they want. And content personalization is the way to do that. So, I mean, looking back to the previous personas, we've got your Android, your Apple, your TV and broadband, and we can change individual parts of the site to directly market to them around content based around like iPhone, Android, or TV and broadband, offers around Android, iPhone, TV and broadband, and specific deals based around the same. And each customer, depending on what they want, gets the content that we need to market to them to bring them along the journey. This is very much aimed at converting that traffic that's already returned to your site. So that 50% of the visits to our site that arrive on a weekly basis, these are low-hanging fruit. These are easy conversions based on you know, the other side of the new customer piece. These are customers that we don't really know, that we're hoping will fall into our personas and things like that, but these are customers that we already know. We already know their devices, we already know what they're using, so we should be marketing to them by what they want. Again, it cuts through that paradox of choice, so we're not dumping them onto an all phones page that has 20, 30, 40 phones on it, or the same thing in terms of accessories. They don't have to trawl through filters, you know, removing stuff for Samsung Galaxies if they're iPhone driven, and it reduces that analysis paralysis piece again. So the whole purpose of this is to echo our company values online, and I think the we stand together as one, and the we know everybody can make a difference definitely applies to particularly our digital team. I mean, I'm really, really proud of the team that we've put together over the last 4 years. They've had an awful lot to do with the way the website looks now, the fantastic content that's on it, and the customer journeys that are in place, and what we're doing to improve things in the future. And Continuum have had a huge part to play in that as well. I think that we definitely wouldn't be where we are without the guys in Continuum. I think the pieces around we act bravely, challenge convention, and do the right thing, and we believe anything is possible. Well, I definitely say Mark and Marion know when I say we believe anything is possible based on the emails and the calls we do every Thursday and the amount of things that I'm teeing up with them at the moment. And challenging convention, doing the right thing, you know, giving the customers what they want, taking what was a really atypical e-commerce platform and turning it into something that is totally different. It doesn't look like anything else in the market out there, I think. It really stands to us as a business and to Continuum as a company. And I really think that, like, I mean, I really believe in this digital stuff. I really think that this is the future of how people are going to purchase, be that through the research online, purchase offline, reserve and collect function, or be that through online directly. I mean, I wouldn't be standing up here trying to preach to the choir otherwise, really. And I really think that with the team we have in Carphone, with the belief we have in the business, and with partners like Kentico and Continuum, that we can take online to the next level and take digital where it needs to be in this country. That's it. Thank you.